Hey y'all, how's it going? It's been a lightly requested thing that I start giving like a stream schedule, which is very reasonable. Usually around 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I never stream on Mondays or Fridays. Pretty consistent. So I was writing the stream schedule out, and I was like, oh, I can stream today. That'd be fun. So I streamed right away, and there's been no notice at all. So to the two people that are here, I think, good job, you two. You're on it. Again, this is a really laid back, kind of a chill stream. I'll be working on an expansion pack to the Hex Coral, so I'm very excited. This came out so cool. Let's go ahead and let me show you my prints first, because I'm gonna show my favorite print from this set, which is this horrible thing. Which is so funny because the first person that posted they printed the whole set already, Indian Sky, explicitly did not print my monster deer. They printed everything except the monster deer. They printed my normal deer, a bunch of them. They were like, oh, I prefer my deer whole and not undead. And I was like, oh, my boy, because he's my absolute favorite thing. But no, I'm giving them a hard time. I thought it was really funny. All this is available on Patreon now. All right, a bunch of other really cool characters. Let's get a closer look here. Yeah, so this is the pack that we are expanding today. Very excited. And yeah, our stream today will be 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I'm a little early. It's fine. Ko-Fi menu is on the menu today. Anyway, if you buy something, just let me know because I don't have my email pulled up. So just be really obnoxious if you bought something so I can make sure I do that. Let's see, I think that's it. I think that's everything. Here is the whole spread so far. It is gorgeous and I just love this pack so much. And I get, like, I'm still just releasing models, right? I'm releasing actually more models than I used to, and now they're just a little bit more themed. There's still requests, a little bit of my own stuff in there too. But I was still nervous because change is scary, so I really appreciate all the great feedback, and you guys liked it so much. It makes me very happy. So yeah. Well, hello to Jared and Ataka. So, since you two are here, I know both of y'all are super laid back, honestly, so you probably won't have a strong opinion. But if you do, these are the critters my expansion pack is going to be. It's going to be all critters. I got a few other requests for like someone's like goblins or like a frog folk inspired by a dart frog, like a ranger or detective, which I thought was cool. But for the most part, I saw bog critters. And I was like, let's just do a bunch of them. So I thought that would be fun. These are the ones I'm going to do. Do you guys have a strong preference on what I start with? I just plan to kind of go down the list, and as I finish up, I'll go to the next one. Yeah. It says Salamander 2 because I just saw the movie Hoppers and it was really cute. I liked it more than I thought I would. And there's this dumb little this little salamander. So that's why there's Salamander 2, because I'm going to do a normal one and then I'm going to do one that's inspired by that. Obviously not as Pixar style, but yeah. Oh good, you're going to do all of them? Yeah, I'm going to do all of them. And that will all release on Patreon as well. It's not like an extra charge or anything. I just... more. So yeah, it'll be a good time. I'm not going to do the crazy salamander first, but there'll be normal salamander, and then if I have time, which I will have time, I'll do the funny guy. But yeah, these are the options. You guys have a strong preference on what to start with. I think first, snapping turtle or salamander. I think that'd be a good pick. Salamander would probably be a nice little warm-up too. There are a lot more different kinds of salamanders than I expected. Alright, we're filling salamander. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll do our normal guy first, and then we'll do our silly boy. Awesome. And I haven't done... oh heck yeah. Salamander spam. The emoji spam thing has not gotten old at all to me. What a dumb, fun Patreon feature. I can't make people mods in the chat, but it does have fun emoji spam. It's great. Alright. Let me hop over to Pinterest and we'll go salamander shopping. How else do you start your Monday? It's Monday, right? Yeah. Salamander. Yeah, there are 3 A's, which is arguably one too many A. Did I break a law? Broken? You did. Bracken. Alrighty. That's not a salamander, that's an axolotl. Are axolotls types of salamanders, or are they fish? This is important. Oh, that's cool. Okay, no, we're not getting distracted. bad Mia. We're here to sculpt a salamander. So easy to get distracted. If there are types of salamanders, I vote axolotl. No, we already have those. We have those at home. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I use this cool little plugin called Eagle. So I'll throw this up here. It's just so I can drag stuff in and it will populate. Alright, so we'll have our little pile of references accumulating as I grab stuff I like. The color, again, doesn't matter because we're doing 3 printable files. Oh, he's got vibes. Can I throw him directly in there, or I'll do it this way? There. Bam. And now we can see it popping up. Beep, 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 beep. There. Excellent. All right, what are other ones I want to grab? Oh, that would be a fun pose. What do we think about that? We're already going to have a silly pose, but who says we can't have 2 silly poses? You know? Warm up salamander. Sad face Otaka. Are you not getting enough cool models to your liking? I like giving Otaka a hard time, especially because pretty consistently Otaka's requests have become some of my most popular models of all time. The Axolotl Hydra is a bit of an anomaly because that one went like mini viral, but I mean, go figure, it's a fantastic concept. But even Otaka's like insane requests that are not niche or recognizable. I did this Astral Void Seraph. That one did really well too. So shout out to Otaka, you got vision. Alright, there's so much more variation to these than I would expect. You know what, I'm not gonna save a reference of this little stripy one because, or spotted one, because it's really hard to see the body. That just feels like a helpful reference that I need. Yeah. Oh, and like always, if you guys feel strongly about salamanders, you can put references in the Discord, but I think I got it. But I never say no to more. Oh, I'm gonna overthink the heck out of this. No, I'm not. Oh, they're just so funny. I feel like their back legs are just like suggestions. You can just... Those back legs can't possibly be that helpful for them. They're just kind of tacked on there, aren't they? Okay. I think we got a good little spread here. Oh yeah. So like, look how weird and nubby their little fingers are. You see this? So I went to the zoo yesterday. That was fun. We only went for like an hour because we have zoo membership passport. Anyway, membership, so we can go whenever we want. But that's a cute one. Salamanders everywhere. And what animal was it, Ricky? I don't know if he's watching. That we saw that like its little legs looked impossible. Like for sure not functional. Oh, it was a rhino. Because they were all laying down being cute. Rhinos are my favorite animal at the zoo currently. And he was just like laying there and like his arm was just like an exact like U shape laying down. There was no indication of where a joint would be. It was insanity. Stuff like that where I'm like, see, if I were to sculpt that, I would have to fix that. Because if I didn't, people, including me people, would be like, that doesn't look right. That looks broken. Speaking of broken, have you guys seen reindeer feet? Or hooves, whatever? There's no way that you got that correct. Unless you have been to my streams, I talk about this at least twice a year. I feel very strongly about the insanity of their reindeer feet. Look at this. What? I've seen them enough times that now it doesn't even look that weird to me now, I guess. Anyway, we're not sculpting a reindeer today. We're sculpting a salamander. I agree. Otaka said, the fact that the astral thing went good is still crazy to me. There is no general use for it. I could think of other than that it looked cool. There are tons of cool looking models, like everyone needs wolves. 1 in 5 billion need astral beings. I rounded off there. That might be 500 million, but when there's not comments, I just kind of vibe. All right, I think we have a really good spread here. There we go. Did you guys know that there's actually a difference between a swamp, bog, and marsh? A bog is like where all the fauna and flora have like broken down somewhat. So it's a lot of like broken down, decomposed stuff like moss and peat. The swamp is more trees, and then the marsh is more grasses, breeds and stuff, which I thought was cool. I didn't know that. And now you know that. I always take my information with a grain of salt though, because one time we were at like this wildlife reserve or something, and they had raccoons, like a lot of raccoons. And there's a little sign being like their life expectancy is 2 years. And I was like, that's so sad. How old are these ones? They meant in the wild, but I went around for like a year being like, did you know that raccoons only live for 2 years? So don't trust anything I say. That's the moral of that story. I need a sphere, not a circle. There we go. There we are. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and grab a base right from the get-go. I actually have a lot of swampier looking bases. And before you ask, no, these are not going to be properly to scale. I like making stuff consistent in my worlds, but when it comes to stuff like salamanders, I'm just, we're not doing this. He would be about that big on the base. Absolutely not. We're gonna make him big. I will provide a no base version, always, so that way if you want to like tack on a bunch of salamanders as like basing bits that are like gluing to your character, more power to you. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Otaka said, I had a question about your modules and releases. Now that you're doing modules or like these packs, do you still do normal releases or only these bundles? I've been curious about that. Right now we're kind of just doing both, but I already have a slew of models that I don't know what to do with. Here, let me show you my secret note. That's not about to be not very secret. Here we go. Here are some models that are done. Beekeeper Druid, Human Bard, Capybara Centaur Warrior, Umbrella Spear Monk. I'm just sitting on these. They're all completely finished models. I'm one bottle away from making it like a 5 model miscellaneous like vault update pack like I used to do. I'm just hoarding them. I don't know what to do with them right now. If they fit into a theme later, great. And if they don't, I'll be doing little bonus drops as well. So my answer to your question is, I don't know. Both. It's gonna be both, I think. Oh gosh. Alright. It's time to sculpt a little friend. This is exactly why I wanted to stream today, because I was like, this isn't gonna be very intensive, I don't think. Sometimes I get pretty humbled by a sculpt. I got a little humbled by that turtle I was working on last week. I mean, it turned out fine, but it still just needs a lot of work to get to where I want it to. And I didn't even upload the VOD afterwards, because I thought it looked whatever. It didn't end on a point that I was like, it looked finished enough to share officially. I'm undecided. Once it's done, I'll probably upload the VOD and not care. But right now it feels like uploading something that's unfinished and not to be looked at yet, you know? Yeah. There we go. Otaka said, alright, I've been wondering what you do with requests that don't fit into bundles otherwise. Yeah, my main plan is they'll fit. They'll fit somewhere. I'll make them fit. Jared says, I'm learning more about salamanders. Apparently there is a type of called the crocodile salamander, and they have these little orange bumps. Share a picture. I want to see that. I'm also going to be fussing a little bit with Patreon chat. It doesn't always want to scroll down, so sometimes I don't see the latest comment. But no worry. Alright, we don't want this big round tail. It's more like a gecko. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Hey Paint, welcome in. I'm working on inventory and like the only one doing physical labor. Woof. I know, your job is not your favorite thing. Otaka says, you're having my problem as well. Stupid not scrolling chat. What has helped a little bit is if I click on it, and like if I'm actively clicked on it, it will auto scroll and it's happy. But if I leave it, it does get mad. Paint says, I love my job, not my coworkers. That's fair. That's very fair. That is an important distinction too. How do we feel about both of the poses being kind of silly? Should I have one pose that's neutral, like just a salamander salamanding, you know? Because I'm going to do the one from Hoppers that's like dumb, because it makes my heart sing a little bit. I'm going to put a screenshot of him. You know, I'm just going to leave him up there, actually, because that brings me joy. Yeah. Salamanders are silly. Like, look at them. Right? I think you're right. There is no neutral pose. They're always a little silly. Yeah, let's get a little smile going on here. Why does he look like... I want like a little smile. Stop looking cursed. Let's bring this up. There'll be a good amount of dynameshing going on to fix issues. Okay, so they are a tube. Wow. Okay. Other than that, they have limbs. And I'm definitely going to use the front limbs and back limbs twice. Oh, did you guys watch E3? Except we don't call it E3 anymore. Did you watch Summer Games Fest, Xbox Showcase, and the State of Play? E3? Anyway, I watched all of them. They look pretty good. I was a little sad to not see an update on Okami 2, but I also don't know where that update would come from, because that was Clover Studios, doesn't exist anymore, but now it's Capcom. I don't know where I would have seen an update for that. But anyway. I do think it's funny that every single game it seems to be releasing in September to avoid GTA 6, which, I mean, I can't blame them. But it is funny that it was just release date after release date of just September. I haven't bought nearly as many new games in the last few years than I normally do, and it's not so much because of like me being cheap, though I am a cheap bastard, but more so I've been getting a lot more use out of each game that I buy, which is really nice. I have been playing Hades 2 kind of obsessively for a few months now. One, because like I'm not great at games like that, so skill issue, which is great because then I get to play it longer. But also it's a long game. You have to do a lot to move on to the next thing. Yeah, anything exciting? Oh gosh. I mean, there's like the 70th Final Fantasy VII, it was lost on me that they are just taking Final Fantasy VII and now re-releasing the remakes into 3 different games, which was Rebirth, Revelation, and the other one. Anyway, it's stupid. They took one game and made it 3 full-price games, and no one seems mad about that. I guess I shouldn't be mad. I have no stake in this. I don't know, I heard that and I'm like, that seems crazy, right? Anyway, more of that. Another Resident Evil, another Gears of War, fuck, another Lara Croft, another Persona remake. I don't mean to be such a snot. I just like, God, there were new things. I'm really excited about Clockwork Revolution. That's going to be bitchin'. There is that new vampire game, Dawnwalker. I'm really excited about that one too. But yeah. Jared said, I haven't watched E3 in a hot minute. I like that you even call it E3, because E3 doesn't technically exist anymore, but I agree, I also call it E3. And then nothing about Nintendo yet, because they haven't done a Direct yet, but they're going to next week? You know how Nintendo is, they're kind of weird. They do things when they do things, which I can relate. It happened when it happened. There's another Wolong coming out. I can't remember what Souls-like it was I played just a tiny bit of. It might have been Wolong, where one like the first like mini boss that you fight is like this really cool looking tiger. And I did it for like an hour and made like very little progress. I started just trying to cheese it by like doing this jump attack off of like a hut nearby, And I just, oh my god, it was so hard. It was too hard. I like Elden Ring because I can at least feasibly get better, and I have made any progress at all, which is great. But some of these Souls-like, y'all, I don't know. I don't know who they're for. I can't comprehend being so bad at a game to the point where, like, I cannot play it. But other people can. I don't know. Good for y'all, I guess. But the games and the art design are so cool. I wish I could play it. Alright, we got some funny little legs. We're making some progress. I like it. Ataka said, my first Souls-like was Dark Souls 3. I spent 4 hours of the first boss. Okay, so this is a universal experience, and I 100% just rage quit. You know, I didn't really rage quit. I kind of just sad quit. I was like, damn it. I'm so bad at this. So yeah, I didn't get past that moment. I just kept going. I think that's partly why I like Hades 2 so much, because even though I played a good amount of the first one, I never, like, got good at it. So Hades 2, I played so much that I was able to go in having a bit of that skill issue, which is kind of fun, actually. Paint said, my first Souls boss was Bloodborne. It took me about 3 weeks to beat. Okay, that makes me feel so much better. Okay, so our range here is 4 hours to 3 weeks, and I got 1 hour in. So I see the issue now. Have I told you guys that I've slightly moved on from drawing boxes? I mean, I'm still drawing boxes to get better at 2D drawing, but I have upgraded ever so slightly. I don't know if I have it in my photos right now because I won't pay for iCloud storage or whatever the fuck it's always yelling at me for. Oh, look, a cuttlefish. Anyway, God, that could have been any photo that popped up first. I don't have anything weird on here. I don't know why I said that. It just feels weird to, like, have it just popped up immediately. I figured it would show up my most recent photos instead of something random. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, it didn't sync because I don't have anything on here. It's on my iPad. Oh, I have a really ugly photo of my dog, if you guys want to see it. He had just woken up from a nap, so he looks completely delirious. His eyes are popping out of his head and his ears are folded back. Yeah, he's not always the cutest animal. But he's mine, and that is him snoring in the background. Alright, I need to find a cute picture of him now. Here we go. This is the same day. This is just, like, 30 minutes before that other awful picture. He's cute sometimes. Yeah. Okay, moving on. 2 weeks of about 3 to 6 hours each day. Oh man, I mean, it gets easier, right? Like, that's the point. Yeah? I don't know. You guys scare me a little bit. But at the same time, I want to be good at these games too. And I don't like when it feels cheap. On the plus side, most Souls-like games I've dabbled in before I very quickly was like, I'm done with this. They didn't feel cheap. It just felt like I was bad at the game. And that's a very, very important distinction to me. Like, hot take, I did not like Last of Us 2 at all. The first game was fine. The story was fabulous, obviously, and some of the cinematic moments and the gameplay is great. But some of it can be obnoxious. We're just like, the next time I have to plug in a generator, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. It's not fun. It is not fun just looking for a power cable for a generator. It's not. And it's like, oh, it's not what it's about. It's about navigating this zombie-infested land. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that was cool. But for the second game, it just felt like having to memorize what closets had a zombie in them, which ones didn't. And I was like, I don't like this. Yeah. But that was also quite some time ago that I tried that game. So maybe I'll like it now. I don't know. Tastes change. But at the time I felt very strongly about it. And I'm like, this is stupid. I don't have to memorize stuff. Which is a silly thing to say because you do memorize movesets. I don't know, that feels different to me. Because it feels like I'm learning the monster as opposed to like, not that closet, not that one. Okay, here's this bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Otaka said, funny thing, Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring are relaxing games for me now, because they get easier once you learn the enemies. Some enemies always suck though. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. And that's how I am with playing Hades too now. Like, it's just a vibe. I can go in there and just pretty much wreck any boss in that game and just have a good little time. It's super fun. Now the issue is I keep changing my weapons, and then the skill issue represents itself with a new weapon, which is really fun. Also, Rivals is very difficult. Surprisingly difficult in Hades. I did kind of annoying, actually. But cool, because in like pretty much like your mini bosses, they now have like a rival, like a friend that will join them, and they both try to wreck you. And it's cool because they like team together and there's a bit of fun dialogue or whatever. Yeah. What? What is happening? Please behave. Look what they did to my boy. That's a good little ZBrush glitch. Alright, I fix it. Otaka said, and then you see me play Sekiro, and it looks like I've never touched a controller. Yeah, I have games that look like that too. I mean, you weren't that bad. Okay, you had moments at the end where I'm like, you're not looking at the same screen I'm looking at, which is great. Because I think you get tired. You know, it's normal. Anyway, I can't talk too much shit, because at some point we'll probably play a Souls-like together. And there will be a before that day, your opinion of me, and then an after that day. Oh, man. You're looking pretty cute. You guys hear my dog snoring? Oh, he's really cute right now, but I'm still too afraid to move my camera because it's kind of, it's on an arm. It's not that important. I don't need to do it. Otaka said, I've carried someone through the first half of Dark Souls 3 before. I've seen things. Okay, I'm probably not that bad. Oh, I don't know. There were definitely moments, like when I was learning one of the final bosses, this is not a spoiler, in Hades 2, Kronos, because you fight time. You know that from the beginning. That's the whole point of Millennium Wave. That's what she was born for, practically. Or her purpose, was to fight Kronos. Anyway, like, I would know his moveset, and I could not stop myself when I got, like, panicked from dodging away from some of these attacks, where the answer is to dodge towards. When in doubt, stop running away from your enemies, dodge at them. Especially in Hades 2, when you dodge, you're invulnerable for that moment. Super broken, it's great. But somehow not broken enough because I would still just dodge away. And then my favorite is I would dodge away because he did like this arc attack. I dodge away into it, get hit once, be upset that I did that, and dodge again, and manage to get hit the second time by the same attack. And oh, I get so mad because I'm like, it felt like my hands were not my hands. I'm like, stop doing that. I'm self-aware, but oh my gosh. Paint says, I've only beaten Kronos once. I haven't beaten the other one either. Yeah, that one I guess is more of a spoiler, so good on you. I've beaten Kronos 9 times on my Switch and then 3 times on Xbox because I bought the same game twice. I tend to do that with games that I really like. I will buy them twice. I don't know. It's a thing that I do. Ricky can attest. I mean, it's like, oh, because your Switch is portable. Yeah. I don't know. I just like having multiple copies of the same game for some dumb reason. Because what I'll do is I'll use the playthroughs a little differently. I really like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, even though it ran like absolute trash on the Switch 1. I still liked it. Anyway, so I actually did buy Scarlet and Violet, which is funny because they're like the same game. But I played them very differently. If you don't use the starters in Pokemon, the game is not hard, but it does, you know, it's any bit of a challenge, which makes it pretty fun. I also think it's fun to do it single typing team, as if you're like your own gym leader, because it's not fair to go to like, you know, a grass type and bring an all fire team. Like, it's dumb, and then you're like, oh, this is easy, and I'm like, well, yeah. So yeah. Otaka said that was the first Pokemon I didn't continue. Oh, Scarlet Violet. I had so much not fun. Oh no. It was ugly. It runs pretty good on the Switch, too. But hey, different strokes, you know? That's a-okay. It does not bother me. You don't have to like what I liked. But it was really fun. I also like the pictures and stuff though. Like they interact with the camera, and just like watching Pokemon Idol animations, I really got a lot of time out of. Paint says, I need to set up a Cobblemon server for the Patreon and Discord. I mean, I've never played that, but I think that'd be fun. Alright, we have our goofy little guy. Let's give him some goofy little eyelids so I can give him a goofy little expression, yeah? Today is one of those work days that feels like a fake day because I'm getting stuff done, but I'm able to kind of just put my brain in autopilot. So I'm just, what my brain's focusing on mostly is chattering as opposed to thinking like hard about having to work, which is really nice. It's, yeah. I always say thanks for being here, but like seriously, it's just awesome. I get to do like fake work. Okay, I gotta be careful with these eyelids. Okay, making a sleepy one and the one licking its face I think would be cute. That looks pretty good. Let me use Yuri Mesh. I want a kind of a cleaner line on that jaw. Yeah. Hey Traveler, welcome in. Oh, I've been here. I was just on the phone while watching. Very nice. Otaka, it was so ugly. So much pixel stuff, but the food. Okay, the food, the sandwich making Scarlet Violet and like the whole Paldea experience, I can't justify that. I hated that mini game, and I love mini games, and I was like, I must avert my Cooking Mama eyes. You know, what a fun game that was. Do you want to play Cooking Mama on the DS? Little stylus, and it's fun as shit. Oh, that'd be fun. Absolutely. Anything else? Oh, these are cool. These are like baby dragons. Oh, you put this in 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I whipped that. Those are cool. Oh my gosh. This one, I mean, that color, that can't be real. Is this real? This one? Doesn't look real. No, I guess it's real. Anyway, it looks like a myconid infested, like Fey, Salamander, or Sporling. You know, like that would become a little mob so easily. So cool. That's a stat block that writes itself. Alright, back to my friend. Yeah, he's looking pretty cute. Alright, he looks so disgruntled with life. So, the second one, as I mentioned, is going to be Ridiculous Salamander. I'm going to let you guys pick the vibe for this one, though. You're going to make M3DM history. One salamander at a time. But seriously, what personality are we feeling for this guy? I have him very kind of like stoic, unimpressed. But I can do this cute little licking eyeball one. So like sweet, playful. I could also do a variant of him where he's like mad and got somewhere to be. And that will influence the pose I do for him as well. I'm giving him a little bit more of a generic one. There, generic eyeball before we get too much farther. If you don't feel strongly about salamander expressions, you should. What a fun thing. Wow, that was a good little snort, Maverick. He is dacked over there. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. I think if I had to pick, I would do the cute one. That's probably not a surprise to anybody. Right now, I'm just working on the head shape a little bit better. Because it needs a little bit of work. I would choose the cute or the smiling face. Yeah, the smile's pretty hard to beat, you know? So I'm gonna say we have 2 votes for cute smile because I count as well. Alright, I need more reference on this snootage. It's really just a round little thing. Obviously with a little bit of Mia flair. Always Mia flair. On the last release, the Hag's Quarrel, there were so many comments of people just being super nice, and not just they like the release, but how much like my art style has improved and stuff, which I thought was funny because I was talking to Ricky. I'm like, I don't think I've improved that much recently, but everyone else has seen it, so that's good. I've just been in my own lane, y'all. I've been very in my own lane, so I don't know. When you take time to say something nice, it's always worth it. That's all I have to say about that. They do have a pretty prominent little like back top thing going on. I'm not going to do too much business with the tail because I want it to be easy to pose later. Yeah. Alright. Let's get a little smile and silly tongue. I think that's going to be the way. Alright, let's make sure it's on once Z, and then I can lock the start so I can get maximum. I can see it. In my head I already see it finished and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Did anybody else see the movie Hoppers? It was good. Watched it on Disney Plus with my husband last night, 2 nights ago. And now I say pond rules just about anything, all the time. Something unfair? Pond rules. And I'm not a big movie person. It's pretty hard to wrangle me down to watch a movie. Your best bet is just to put it on, and I will probably slowly get roped into watching it. Which is kind of what happened. I mean, I was actually pretty willing for once. I was happy the movie did well though, because I know the last one they did, I think Pixar, was Elio, and nobody liked that movie. I didn't see it. I saw the issues with the movie for sure, and it's pretty much because they gutted the concept of what it was supposed to be, but then, you know, they kept all the building blocks of the core theme of the movie, so that made it problematic. And then Traveler says, some movies are great to watch for creature design, like Tremors. That sounds like a scary movie, probably. I have not seen it. I do think it's important, like, being a creative to recharge, like, your creative bank, you know? If you're ever feeling burned out. And this goes for, like, even, like, your hobbies. Just make sure that you are filling that creative tank, too, with some... Not really, it's not even inspiration. Because if you wait for inspiration to strike, you'll never do anything. But yeah, it's important to consume content of things that you like. I've been listening to a lot of different types of artists, like musicians, visual, clay, whatever, talk about their process, and it's amazing. It's just kind of the same story over and over again. If they all have people they admire, and they kind of cobble them all together, and then they end up with their own thing, which is really, really cool. More specifically, I was listening to Tim Henson. That's the name that came to mind. So sorry if it's wrong. But anyway, one of like the main guys in Polyphia about writing Goat. If you have not heard Goat by Polyphia, please do. It's not just like if you like music at all, you will appreciate the artistry here. But it was just listening to him break down how I wrote the song, and he's just like, yeah, there's this really good rap beat that I liked in this other song, so I kind of like, not like sampled that, but kind of like started to recreate it, and then when I was making that, I accidentally copied and pasted the track, and I played it again with it staggered, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then he like built off of that, but it was just so cool to listen to that process. We're getting cuter here. Hello, Alice. Oh no, how late am I? Only about 45 minutes. I was a bit of a menace. I just like started streaming. I was typing out the stream schedule for the week because I don't stream on Mondays. And then I was like, how about I just stream right now instead and not post the schedule? Sorry about that. I didn't mind if it'd be a more chill stream, so I just figured I'd just start doing it. We are sculpting bog critters for an expansion pack for Hag's Coral. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm starting off with this little funny salamander. Alright, let's merge that down and I'll duplicate it in case I ruin this copy. There we go. And then their little funny head is pretty flat, actually. There are two different ways I can solve that. I can flatten this or I can raise that. So I'll do both. But yeah, you were not late, Alice. I just kind of did a surprise stream. Alice said, I'm still very confused how little that lizard was in that movie. Oh, for Hoppers? Yeah, he was very tiny. I was just talking about that movie, obviously, because I have him on the screen too, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good time. Pawn rolls. Oh, I'm saying screen time for the lizard. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it makes sense. He definitely isn't like a main character at all. He was just a fun, silly little guy. And I think it's best when the little sidekicks aren't, you know, too upfront. That can be kind of annoying. It's a comedic break, you know? Not the focus. Alright, so we kind of got an interesting situation going on here. Let's see if I can carve out this shape the way I'm wanting to. Even if it ends up not being the right shape, I have something in mind. Oh, this little guy is looking adorbs. Oh, thank you. He's getting there. I'm having a good time. All right, and this needs to get pushed back a little bit. Yeah, a little more like that. Can't forget that my 3D model is 3D. That is a joke that never gets old to me. It's like flipping your canvas in 2D art, but like on steroids. Every time I rotate it, I'm like, ah. Okay, we'll fix that angle, we'll fix that angle. Kind of suck that up a little bit. Oh, that's a little scary looking. Yeah? It's okay. I got a plan. I have a plan. Speaking of I have a plan, always reminds me of Dutch from Red Dead. Where is the Red Dead 2 60 FPS update? Like, I am not an FPS snob, but by God, please. Red Dead or Rockstar gods. I know they're so focused on GTA, and I understand. But like, as a console peasant, I just, please. I want that 60 FPS update so bad. It's such a gorgeous game. I can't believe it's not 60 FPS. And again, I swear I'm not a frame rate snob at all. I played Pokemon Scarlet Violet for God's sake, okay? And liked it. I mean, I wasn't happy about it initially, but there we go. All right, we got some cuteness going on here. Grand Theft Horse is so beautiful. I understand the joke now. It is. It's very, very pretty. And I would like it to be 60 FPS, please and thank you. Again, that was a game that the ending I didn't cry at because it was too sad. Apparently, if something is too upsetting for me, I go full circle and then I don't cry at all. I just... I really liked Arthur Morgan, just a great character. He's a bad person. I don't know why that's ever up for debate. They're horrible. They're all awful, awful people. That gets lost sometimes, I think. That doesn't mean I don't like love and care about them very much. You hate the storyline of Red Dead 2? That's fucking crazy. Well, okay, it is a lot of Dutch being like, I have a plan, and then everyone follows him around, and he's obviously an idiot. Very charismatic, though, and doesn't really get pushed on that. And Micah sucks. Micah sucks hard. Like, so annoying. That mission Strawberry Plains, I live by that place. That's not real, and it's just Strawberry and Red Dead. Anyway, casually dox myself. Anyway, I don't understand why they saved Micah ever. He's obviously so awful. That's kind of the point. They're all awful. Okay. Yeah, I could see it. No, I wouldn't say it's a 0 out of 10. That's crazy. I've played 0 out of 10 storylines. I wouldn't have finished it. And maybe a storyline can be frustrating, but not necessarily bad. That could be an interesting conversation in itself, you know? Alright, I think I'm missing some roundness here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you don't like the storyline in Red Dead, you must not like the storyline in The Witcher, because the whole time you're looking for Ciri, and it is a little silly, because it's like, I need to find Ciri, and it's like, care for a round of Gwent? Some of it's a little ridiculous, I understand. Still fabulous, and I'm very, very, very excited for new Witcher. Speaking of, did you see that there's going to be another expansion for The Witcher 3? How crazy is that? There we go. Alice said, I like this about Red Dead. I like all the side quests, but the main story is like biting tinfoil because of Dutch and Micah. Yeah, okay, so I nailed that on the head pretty much. I immediately complained about the two characters that you also dislike. I mean, there are aspects of Dutch that are very compelling and interesting. Not compelling in a convincing way, but like, he's charismatic and he's definitely got that group hook, line, and sinker in the beginning, and to watch that slowly fall apart is interesting, you know? Very interesting. I do hear you, though. Alright, let's copy, paste. Alright, this will be our more casual pose, but still cute. I'm now in the stage that I call just get her done stage. Kind of fussed around with the head as much as I think is worth it. Let's see if I can get it. Ooh, yeah. Little funny business going on here. They're so slinky. I think having that little kink right there is important. And then maybe you'll have the tail come around this other way. Bend curve. I usually like to find the end point and then kind of build it from there. Yeah, just like that. Alice said, it's just one of those where I tried putting a bullet in both of them multiple times. And I was playing it without knowing anything about where it was going. I mean, to be fair, Dutch did not, in fact, have a plan, or his plan sucked. So you wouldn't be the only one. I get you, though. I felt very similar about Micah right from the get-go. That's so true. Ricky, my husband, says, moment to moment, the main story in Red Dead can feel like a grind, but getting to the end and looking back, yeah, it's an experience. It's so satisfying and cool to dissect. It's the equivalent gaming to, trust me, it gets really good after the 3rd season. A little bit, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. Otaka says, okay, question that came up for me after consuming a media recently, not going to specify to not spoil or anything. I always think I like it when games, movies, books do not have a purely happy ending, when you can see that there is no plot armor at the end. But I'm also always super frustrated when someone I like gets a bad end. That's probably the point. But is this normal? I get you. There are some endings I feel really bitter on when a character I care about just gets screwed. But then I also like having high stakes. A series I think did this very, very well is Attack on Titan. I'm not going to explain the ending, just because why would I do that? I'd be a monster. But my favorite character, like most people's favorite character, I thought it was too spoilery. But anyway, some people live. Some people live. And that was exciting to see that anybody lived at the end of Attack on Titan. Some people die. There we go. I'm being vague enough. And it was interesting because I was like, if it had been moved around slightly, I think I would have been really bitter, actually. Even though I want there to be problems. I get you. I thought the ending of like The Promised Neverland was interesting. So there's a character that loses their memories, and that feels like a death. Because this whole experience happens just for them to not remember it, but everyone around them does, and that's pretty tragic and bittersweet. That was kind of an interesting way to handle that, I think. It has to be something where I want my heroes to have a good ending, I guess, is something that I've noticed that's consistent. I can understand when some of the characters I like are kind of a bastard, you know? Like Arthur Morgan in Red Dead is a bad person. He has done, you can make him do good things depending how you play him, but if you zoom out, I mean, the dude's a criminal, you know? Lie, cheat, steal, murder. He's bad. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he doesn't really deserve a good ending, which is hard for me. That's a great question, though. Interesting to talk about, you know, just an interesting, very interesting point. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any media where I was upset with an ending for a character I liked, you know? Otaka says, even when they're sacrificing themselves for another character and die with a smile, I sometimes think, no, screw you, let them die. You're better. Even though I like them because they're like this. Yeah. Nier has a very frustrating end for me, with a bit of hope, at least. That's pretty good. I haven't played Nier, so I appreciate you being vague. But at this point, the game's been out forever. It's on me that I haven't played it yet. But, yeah, no, that's really interesting. When a character that you care about, you like them because they're selfless, but their selflessness gets them killed. And then you're like, no, don't be the thing that I like you for. But it's the equivalent of, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, he's cute. He's a little wrinkly. The wrinkles are creeping me out a little bit. Play it is good. Very good. Yeah, I need to. I had a bad impression of it because robot girl felt young but sexualized. I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way. It's mostly because I saw like fan art that I thought was the game and it wasn't. And then I went over to someone's house and they had like a pinup calendar, which I love me some pinup, but like of that character, and I was like, I don't know, she looked very young. I know she's not human. Anyway, it weirded me out at the time. I just didn't know much about it. I was also in high school, so I was especially kind of like put off by stuff like that. That's why I haven't played it yet. I understand that's silly. I don't think it's a problematic game by any means. Ugh, gosh, that's scary. Get back over there. Ah! That arm is horrifying in that position. There we go. There we go. Ricky said, lol, that was my sister's house. I explicitly made sure to not say it was your sister's house. So glad you shared that with the group. Oh, Christ. Alice said, I'm fine with a bad ending for a hero character I like because I don't like plot armor, but I think that's what I don't love about Red Dead Redemption 2. It feels like the asshole characters have the plot armor. No, they do not. I don't know if you played the ending. It sounds like you have not played the ending, so I will not spoil it for you, but everybody gets what they deserve at the end of that game. I played it. Girl, everyone dies. What are you talking about? Dutch gets, like, obliterated. So does Micah. And then, yeah, like, no. They don't get their happy ending. And they definitely don't. Why? Because they weren't, like, tortured? They all die. Anyway, Ataka said, oh, there are so many reviews on Steam that they're like, came for the booty, stayed for the trauma. That's so funny. Dutch doesn't? Yeah, he does. What the heck? Am I crazy? Because he dies in the original game. He can't die in Red Dead 2. That's why I know Dutch dies, because he dies in the first game. Yeah, I think. Anyway. Yeah, he's in Red Dead 1. Yeah, completely forgot. I've played both games, and I played them so far apart that they kind of blur in my head of, like, fates. I kind of just will like, connect dots. What game was this? Not Red Dead? Oh, we're talking about Nier Automata. Ataka, that was the only other game we're talking about. One thing I did really like, obviously I love Red Dead. I like when like the side mission stuff is really robust. Like the hunting in that game was really fun. I also like me some good outfit building. That is disproportionately important to me, I would say. Yeah. Oh, the Robot Girl game. I have no idea what it's about. I heard it's got great combat. It does look like it has fantastic combat. I gotta play it. It's on sale like all the time too. And there's a second game. Alright, got his little armies. Smoothing. There we go. There we go. Robot Girl game. I'm laughing because like that's the slot it's had in my mind for a long time too. Even though everyone I know that's played the game has nothing but great things to say about it. I got some of these weird little wrinkles off. It's making, if you want something cute, if it comes across a little bit like baby, you gotta make sure, hello Empress. Great combat, and that's not even the top 5 best things in the game. Yeah, I like sci-fi that really nails a sense of scale. Without the sense of scale, it's not sci-fi to me, you know? Like, you have to feel small in that world. And no, I'm not totally glazing it. Empress is having a good time. Is he dancing in this one, or is he being inappropriate in this one? He's being inappropriate. Empress! Here we go. Traveler says, I still want a game that combines with my loves. Let's see if this would be a good hodgepodge. Give me a game like Monster Hunter. Okay, but sci-fi with kaiju, mecha, okay, 80s to 90s buddy action comedy, and 80s hair metal. We need something that's over the top silly. You lost me on the silly, but on the rest of it, it sounds pretty metal. And pretty cool. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the way that like Bayonetta mashed a bunch of different things together and it works. I've also only played one Bayonetta game and I have not finished it, so take that with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, like the most important thing with video games, like, was it fun? Did you have fun? Were you not entertained? You know? There's so many games I played recently that I'm just like, this is not fun. I have a game I want to say, but I didn't play it long enough to feel like I am allowed to complain about it. I didn't like it at all. I'm sure there's a Minecraft mod for that. If that's not the freaking truth. Oh man. Otaka said, okay, now that said that, I'm trying to think about what my favorite things about Mirror are. Good. I think everyone should spend more time thinking about the things that they like and like critically thinking about them too. Not tearing them apart, but like really building a case for what makes you like something is just as important as building a debate on why you don't like something. Okay, this is a perfect follow-up comment to what I just said. Alice said, no, I play games to be angry and confused, not to have this fun you talk about. And she's definitely not sarcastic. They actually specifically put /serious. Oh, that sounds like League. You gotta play League. I've never played League, and it just, everyone seems to have the same little consensus about it, which is, if you're a happy person, it's not for you. If you want to be angry, you should play League, which I just think is a funny, hilarious culture to have for a game. I kind of felt like that about Overwatch. It was a bit of a nut. Not what it is now, but the original. But no, seriously, the original. I think it's fine, like things have to change and grow and develop, don't get me wrong. And I thought it was fine. The big thing is like, why is it so hard to get away from voice chat and people spamming, I need healing? God, that voice line from Diva, it haunts my dreams, man. It was a good support character, y'all. Man, we get a bad rap. I'm doing my best. I did get a bunch, like, this is how I knew I wasn't completely dog shit at that game, because good tanks would always send me friend requests. There was a time where it was great. I would have, like, at any point, one of them was online, so I'd have people I could pair up with, which is super, super fun. Whether it's DPS or a tank, whatever, it can be really fun. And they were super cool to the point where they understood that, like, my job wasn't just to keep them alive, I'm still just a good support for the team. And that was super fun. But a lot of them didn't move over to Overwatch 2, so I kind of lost my like little built-in group that was, and I say group, it was more like it was just individual pairs. I really should have looped everyone together at some point, but I didn't. Anyway. What is going on with this tail? No. Put yourself together. Thank you. Okay, he's a little lumpy and a little disturbing, but if you zoom out a little bit, I think he's pretty cute. We still got a little bit of work to do, though. Oh, look, a head. There we go. Hello, Levi. The first Overwatch was so good. I had fun. Levi said, as a previously happy person who started playing League, I love the game and do not recommend playing it. That is every like League player sentiment. I love that. What a weird fucking culture. Otaka, same Levi, same. Amazing, amazing. Dude, trading card game shop store simulator, whatever. Ricky loves that game. Yeah. Hello, Miguel. MZ4250. Hey, bud. I hope you're having a good stream today. No, we're all talking about things we hate. No, I'm kidding. I mean, a little bit. Joking. But let's just leak. We're talking about games. Well, I sculpt some little bog critters. It's a good time. What game are you playing right now, Miguel? Oh, Miguel is the reason why I am still hooked on Hades 2. I was not going to buy the game. I was like, it just looks like more of Hades, which was fine, but I wasn't obsessed with it. And then Miguel was pretty much like, it's really good. And then I was like, okay. And I bought it. And yeah, it's currently my favorite game of the year so far. I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. It's so easy, just jump in, have a good time. Final Fantasy Tactics and Helldivers 2. Heck yeah. Alice said, I think the game that stressed me out the most was Stardew. When I realized how many things were going on that I was missing, panic attack trying to optimize an impossible route to participate in everything. Yeah, I just narrow it down to the community center. If I don't finish the community center in the first year, that save is trash to me. But outside of that, I'm pretty mellow. Yeah. Yes, we're doing Bald Dog. I almost feel like this should be under a big leaf, but that might not play well. It'd be cute, though. Alright, time to push this to be more cute. Alright, let's get rid of the grass blades that are impaling his little chin. What is this? Let's keep. There we go. Very nice. Cute. Alright, let's see. Leaf hat? Ooh, a leaf hat would be cute. I might. Alright, we're going to temporarily merge down the head, and we're going to try to go... We're going to push this for maximum cutage. But it's a very delicate balance. Yeah, me starting off my day with something cute. That was pretty bold. Alright, come here. You're a little sleepy looking. Just fine. But we can't be creepy about it. Ooh, that's creepy. See? See how sensitive this is? God. Immediately awful. Telling y'all. It's a sensitive thing, making things that are cute. I straight up like just ban my students from making cute things until I think they have the power a little bit, or at least the confidence. I think the little dent in the tongue would be good. Same way I kind of did that little crease in the body, I think is important. Yeah, like it's to his eye, you know? I'm also gonna ZBrush it a few times, smooth it out. There we go. It's funny. I'm glad I didn't spend too much time on his weird little fingers. It definitely didn't end up mattering very much. I was a little worried at first, and they were odd little fingers, and I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. Alright, let's start smoothing out the face a little bit. That's something else important when making cute things. You got limited real estate for wrinkliness. Not that wrinkly things can't be cute, but it's more sensitive. It does. Levi said, surprisingly thin line between creepy and cute. Yes, absolutely. Oh, here we go. We got Otaka's top 5 favorite list about near. I love that. I love that. I always have room for people talking about things they like. Always. I'm gonna summarize. 1, tears. 2, music. 3, philosophy. 4, Yoko Taro, creator of the game. 5, combat. Heck yeah, that's a good list. There's philosophy in a freaking video game about killer robots? The hell. Existential philosophy. That's pretty cool. To make something creepy, just add more teeth. And eyeballs. Alternatively, no eyeballs. Okay, the eyeball scale can go either way. You just must be on a extreme of eyeballage. Hello, Kai. 3. I know. It in fact happened. On a Monday. With no heads up. You guys asked for a stream schedule, and I knew what you really meant. You meant you wanted no heads up. I got you. I understand. Is that not what we're doing here? Here, I'm gonna do one of my favorite tricks. -7 eyeball. What would that mean? Maybe just like eye sockets? 7 eye sockets with no eyeball? Would that be a negative eyeball? I feel like that's pretty compelling. I think I'm onto something there. Nifty! I have arrived. You have! Welcome in. Huzzah. There we go. We sculpted a little lizard or salamander. We're having a good time. He is looking cuter. It's happening. The ZBrush trick is fabulous once you get your shapes down. What's going on in stream? Leaf hat like this? Oh, we might need to. Okay. How strongly do we feel about leaf hat? It would not be a model variant. This would obviously be free. This would not need a donation. This would just be something that chat gets to talk about. It has to be... I need like everybody to want this leaf hat a lot because y'all are a niche within my community. But if you all unanimously agree, I have found that just my whole community will like it. But sometimes I got 3 vocal people and you are not a good representation. My cake people, you know who you are. We got 1 leaf hat, 2 leaf hat, another leaf hat. Leaf hat is a load-bearing design choice. It is, so we need to be serious. Okay, I see we have our leaf emoji spam. But that could just be one person. Have you worked on the model since the start of stream or before? Oh, it was brand new, start of stream. Leaf hat, please. Okay, this is pretty strong leaf hat. I think we're gonna do it. My leaf hat. Hello. That's mine. My character in my D&D campaign wears that hat because I'm covered in plants because I'm a robot, and that doesn't relate. That was a non sequitur, but they're both true. Anyway. The top of the hat refills with water infinitely. Anyway. I think we need to do small leaf hat. That was a strong enough response. Let's see. Actually, Nifty is here and chatting. We're gonna leave it all up to Nifty. Leaf hat. With leaf hat. But will the leaf pose? We're gonna do 2 salamanders. We're gonna do this one, which also ended up being cute, and then we're also going to do silly salamander, like from Hoppers. And I'm gonna do the leaf more styled what Alice shared. This. That's so cute. Who doesn't love that? Cute. Amazing. What are the options? I just got here. There are no options. I'm kidding. We're gonna do 2 salamanders. One's gonna be kind of like from Hoppers, so like the ridiculous, you know, with the tongue and whatever. And then just normal salamander. The leaf hat thing is just something that just popped up. And that's why I made that. I really gave everyone a hard time. I'm like, okay, do you actually want this, or are we just talking? Is the robot a steampunk that uses the hat water for fuel? No. It's a mannequin sub-race, or no, main race from Steinhardt's Guide to the Eldritch Hunt. It's not in a steampunk setting at all. It's in an Eldritch horror setting. I have actually never played a steampunk setting game. If I remember, I'll share a picture of my D&D character. I think she's coming up in the request board. A lot of people in my D&D group also support me on Patreon, and some of them requested that we sculpt a bunch of characters from the campaign, so that'll be fun. Sad. What you said reminded me of the outdated robots from Futurama. The one that had the water wheel. Do you want to remember that episode? It's when Bender gets mixed up with all the reject robots. Yeah. Cool. Alright, we have little leaf. Now I need little stem. This was 100% worth my time and didn't even take that long. That's my favorite combination of things. My plan this week is to stream most days. There's the stream schedule. Most days this week, 1 p.m. 1 to 2. No, 1 to 3. 2-hour stream. Oh god, I won't make it this time. Yes, you've definitely seen the episode. Yes, it's like full hard panic every time that runs out of water. Yep. Oh, Bucklefing's coming up. Heck yeah. One of my favorite familiars. How come this stem just doesn't look very stemmy? Here. Bam. I can't make it too small. There. There's you. There's you. Merge down. And then I will obviously do a little bend modifier. Scrunch you up a little bit. Okay. Okay, Leaf Hat is going to be awesome. I am very excited about Leaf Hat. Oh yeah! Ricky with relevant update. The painting competition is live. Y'all should paint minis this week as you watch Mia stream. That would be a vibe. That would be a really good vibe. These little critters I'm working on will be painting contest eligible as well, but you would have less time. That's the only thing. So anything from Hax Coral is eligible. There we go. And we're not picky on scale. If you want to scale your thing up, do it. It's just about painting and having fun. I think I'd like cattails more off to the side. And I'm definitely going to make his head a bit bigger. Alright y'all, am I capturing the magic of Leaf Hat? Or not quite? How are we feeling? I want it to be pretty big, you know? I think Leaf Hat stem needs a little bit of work. I don't want to get too picky with it. But just need a little adjustment. There we go. I think we're getting better. This is one of my favorite things about Patreon stream is I was able to ask that question. I know you guys will actually see my change now instead of a minute from now. Makes me feel better. Sounds good, Miguel. Thanks for stopping by. The leaf is the focal point of the painting scheme. I agree. You can do some really fun contrast making this. Well, you could do like an autumn leaf, you know? Or you could do green with the contrasting red salamander, or you can do complementary and make it like yellowy orange. There's a lot of good potential here. Oh, big fan. Oh, it's so cute. The way I sculpted this leaf, you could paint it like a feather too. I like that. Oh, he's so cute. Goodness. All right, let me jump into the pose edit here, because I do think his head needs to be a little bit bigger. There we go. It would have to be one of the really short tail feathers or chest feathers, absolutely. But like a little, it could be like a little white gray thing as well. Yeah, see? Bigger head. Needed that. Oh, what a cutie. Or tilt this way. I think that way. Make that a little bit bigger. Mega head. There we go. Kind of smooth that out. Just a touch. Oh, he's cute! You're really funny looking. I think this was successful. And I don't like the base for this. Just not a fan. I want something more wet. I don't know if it's gonna look stupid having him slightly on and off lily pads, but I really like lily pads, so let's give it a shot. Let me hide this clone head because it's very scary looking. Yeah, I think this base is just more, it's just a better fit. And I won't really know until I scale it, but I like this better. Oh yeah, much better. Have I used anchor points for posing? I don't think I have that, because I didn't pay for the upgrade for ZBrush. I'm still on 2022. Will there be a corrupted variant, or just big creatures for the sake of big creatures? Yeah, it's a larger salamander just because I mean, if you guys want to paint him like this, accurate, it'd be about that size. You totally can. I will provide a no-base version, but I think just making stuff larger so it's easier to paint is my go-to. I do not have a variant planned to make him like undead scary, but that would be a smart variant. It's a variant I'd be willing to explore, but it would cost you. For now, this one's already gonna get a second version, and it's going to be the silly one. So let's go ahead and move you up here. You're very cute. Yeah, we got him. And now I'm gonna start working on variant. First thing I'm gonna do is mirror it. I'm gonna remove the leaf hat because I don't think we're gonna keep leaf hat on this one. And this is gonna be one that's inspired by hoppers. You could make an upside down skin variant. Upside down skin variant? Like inside out? Ooh. Ew. Like all like undead? Undead salamander. That'd be epic. Alright, where's my friend? Where are you? There he is. And it's very much so just going to be something of the same spirit. I don't plan to copy this. Also, Empress, I hate that. I'm going to delete your stupid message and your foul lizard. Inside out, like organs on the outside. That'd be great. Can we have a pile of lizard? Oh my goodness. Eldritch Horror? Eldritch Horror. Alright, let's see how easy this is going to be to manipulate. feeling optimistic. I now need to split your head open. Come here. Split this. And then this. Very important that I take my time masking right here. We don't make things future me a problem anymore. We have outgrown that stage, I am happy to say. We take our time. Future Mia is Mia. I've come to realize. Crazy. Alright, here we go. Alright. Time for the opening. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hide, hide, hide. Bam. 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 Alright. Now it is time for the opening. Nope. There it is. It's beginning. Christ. It's immediately funny. Oh man. Paint said, a group of lizards is called a lounge. Really? Could make a lizard with a couch. That'd be cute. Alice said, ew, silly. We clearly don't love silly stuff. Sarcasm. I feel like most of these people have the DuckTales theme song running in the background tape in their brain all the time. Oh, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. I do think an Eldritch Horror version of this could be pretty awesome. Will we do a lot of teeth or not very many teeth? God, it's already so stupid. I love it. Ataka says done. For the DuckTales? What is done? Kai says, bruh, I feel called out by the DuckTales thing. It's catchy. It's not my fault. Oh my gosh. You were done with the model. It's finished. It's pretty good. You know what? I think Ataka's right. I think it's done. Alright, we are going to Dynamesh this, and we are going to sculpt the mouth. I mean, depending how I do this, this is going to be the Eldritch Horror version, let's be real. Nah, it's going to be, I want it to be silly. Blah. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, his eyeballs are so big that they show through his head. This is a problem I wasn't anticipating. Okay, we won't go too crazy with the mouth then. Oh no. Oh man. Amazing. All right, we are going to, it's going to move. Just a little bit. He's beautiful. Okay, I kind of put his head a little too far back. Oh no. You guys wanted this. Just kidding. This was already planned from the very beginning. But if it goes poorly, I'll blame you guys. Thanks. Okay, let's bring his head back to this realm, shall we? No, it's getting difficult. Oh my gosh, have fun, Otaka. Bonus eyes in the mouth. Goodness, goodness. Are we going to add a button for the lizard? A button? I have questions. He doesn't look as silly as the one from Hoppers. He looks like, kill me. Okay, we need to scoot this back. And then probably no eyelids. Nope, that's horrible. Does anyone know how long bamboo normally takes to deliver filament? If Ricky's watching, he'll know. We bought filament from them. You should have a tracking number. He'll look plenty silly when we paint the eyeballs facing in different directions. Oh, heck yeah. I sent the meme in Discord. What meme? Oh, yep, there he is. Cute. I think Empress had that up here too. Yep. Yeah. Amazing. Alright, we need to grab your little leg and put it where it belongs. There we go. This is very serious work. You can see because I'm not talking nearly as much. I gotta focus on this piece of art we're making here. It's very delicate. Jesus, lizard. No. I did get a request for like a religious based model, and I almost did it because it could be used in a lot of different scenarios, but I don't know. I figured that was it. Ultimately, probably it could go a lot of different ways, so I decided to play it safe. All right. So notice that even with the nuns that I did, I didn't put any like identifiable religious things on it. There's no like actual crucifix or cross or stuff like that. All right, we're getting there. Empress said, with the Trench Crusade being a thing now, I'm surprised you haven't done a grimdark religious horror. Like, played it or released it? Because released it, girl, where have you been? We literally did that 2 weeks ago. I did Nuns with Guns. Here we are. I'm also just using this as an excuse to talk about it because this set was bitchin'. Yeah. This set. This grimdark horror? Yeah. Love this set. And the printed photo, ugh. Ricky did such a good job. Look at that. Did church pews and everything. Good shit. Yeah. Yeah, I called the nun with the flamethrower purifier because it's right there. So cool. I mean, come on, Empress. You don't keep track of like the 1 million things that I release all the time? Ridiculous. Fake peasant. Empress, we need more nuns though. You're right. You're right. Nuns with guns. Heck yeah. Traveler says, I feel like it's gonna need a follow-up with monsters to match. I mean, I wouldn't be against that. Would not be against that. What brush do I have right now? What's happening? Where am I? There we go. Alright. We have improved this little weirdo. And now we need to deal with the situation that is this. What's great is people that haven't seen the movie or the meme, they won't know what it's from. They'll just think it's like this tortured little reptile, and that will fit the theme. But those that know will be like, that's pretty stupid. I like it. I like when it works both ways. Alright, let's add some oomph everywhere. You are not allowed to be a fragile print. How is his head not open enough still? Absolutely insane. They just bite you and leave the dentures in your arm. Reload with putting in new dentures, talking about nuns with guns, but grannies. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Alright, we need to move your mouth open even more. Wow. Did not expect this to not be enough. Something new every day, isn't it? Nope, nope. I knew that wasn't gonna work. I don't even know why I tried that. Some, like, baby artist habits die hard, where I'm like, well, maybe it'll work this time. It didn't. It didn't. It's important to keep trying it, though, because every now and then, it'll work, and then you save a ton of time. It's a beautiful thing. That's why I'm able to post-process all my models all at once, which is absolute insanity. This has been a very fun stream. We are coming up towards the end, but we got a good little chunk left still. All right, let's make that more clear. There we go. And then we got some creative liberty we can do with these eyes, I think. Okay, rotating him goes a long way. And then I might mess with the proportions a little bit. Look at him from the top. He's so cute from the top. He just wants like up. He just wants a hug, you know? Kai says, if you're at the end, is it the right time to spin the chaos wheel? You can do whatever your heart desires. But if you buy something from the menu, just make sure you tell me. There we go. Can we get him more crooked? Jeez. I feel like Ricky's gonna have a hard time rendering this because he's gonna be like, from what angle? He gets multiple angles. He deserves it. Wow, it's actually been a consistent issue of making sure his eyeballs don't poke through the bottom of his head. Are you streaming tomorrow? I think so. I think I'm gonna stream most days this week. That's the plan. So the way that I'm doing it right now is I plan to stream pretty much Monday through Thursday, give or take a day, for 2 hours, which is really nice and easy. And then you guys can pay for an extra hour. Limit of one. If we're all kind of like really feeling it, having a good time. And then anytime all the collective donations hit 50 for whatever period of time, then we just get a bonus stream. So it's like kind of like an ongoing thing. And it all just results in more streams. Win-win for everyone. Setting a time limit for me on the streams has been really smart, though. I think that's going to be much more sustainable instead of me just streaming as long as I want. I end up getting a little burned out usually. Okay, this tongue is too long and weird. Because I don't anticipate you guys paying for an extra hour every single day. And if you did, I would just not make it available every single day. So haha, can make sure it's sustainable for everyone. Okay, how can I keep a little bit of the smile? No, he's just, there's no smile happening here. He's just, oh my god, it looks insane though. It's funny that it's reading better from almost every angle except from the front. It's not very common. The alpha angle, if I usually call it, is usually best from the front. But this one's gonna have one that's a little bit different, a little more from the side, kind of like this. But he looks really cute from the top. I mean, kind of. They look like they're in pain. Yeah, it does. It's cursed. It's beautiful. Just needs a little bit of shaping. Okay? Just give it a second. And then give it a few more seconds. There we go. I'm not going to worry about the weird eyeball pokage situation we have at this exact moment. I will handle that when we handle that. For now, just focus on this. Aha. There we go. Alice, so we can't drop our entire paycheck to get you to do a forever stream? How sad. I know. I'm the worst. That's too much, Mia. As someone who exclusively lives with Mia all of the time, it's just too much. I think 2 to 3 hours is an appropriate dose. Empress, Ricky, Mia is refusing to be burned out for peasant enjoyment. I mean, Mia, do your job. Game stream when? I do want to do more game streams. Those are fun too. We gotta play pratfall again. It's a more low-key game, but would you and Kaylee play Flock Around? You just walk around and you look at birds. That's it. Ricky and I are gonna get it at some point. I need to play more Far Far West. That is really fun. I don't know what that is. Far Far West. That does look fun. Just like looter shooter. Bird watching simulator, essentially. Yes. Yes, it is. So stupid. This is how it summons all of those eldritch horror deer. Everything has a role. Everything has a very important role to play in this collection. What if I just literally like twisted its head around backwards? How awful would that be? Ooh, gosh. Ooh, is that too scary? That's too scary. That's not cute at all. It kind of works though. It wasn't the intent. We won't do that. We won't do that. I don't know why, but this makes me want to play Peek. You should play Peek with us. We play that. Is no one else that upset about the twisting that I did here? Kind of horrible. Definitely expected a more violent reaction from the violent thing I made. As long as there's no catfish. Oh, that got auto-moderated. You can't slander catfish here, I guess. He would be happy to know that. I think it's because I have the limbs ever so slightly bent. I'm gonna fix it. Nah, it's just owl on its mother's side. Oh my gosh. There we go. We've solved some of the problem here. It was a multifaceted issue, I'll tell you that. Alright, do I want any more wobble? Do we want more? Do we want less? These are rhetorical questions. I mean, they're not. These are for me questions. Let's scooch you back. And let's bring this a little more up and around. There we go. Oh, he's majestic. Yes. I like it. I'm imagining the salamander doing a rock scream. Heck yeah. Junky, right? Always more. All right. Let's give him like little pecks. Not a lot. Just a little bit. And then we're gonna give him a neck. What's that? Oh, you are being so cute. He's worming around on his back. I love when dogs do that. Yeah, his head looks good where it's at. Pecs. Wizard hat? Nah. No wizard hat for this one. Alright. Let's give some little bit of some oomph. He does need more chunk. This is insane. Super silly. Brings me a lot of joy. Aren't these the ones that can regrow tails? You could cut it. That would be kind of metal. I think I'll do that. I'll just make a flat end on the tail just because it almost gives a reason for why he's screaming. Not even necessarily that'd be super painful, just that he's like, ah, you know. You give him some axes so it looks like a barbarian. No, we are losing the plot. That would be funny though. This model is very sensitive, has a very clear direction and some deep meaning. We can't muddy it with barbarian axes or a wizard hat or a leaf hat. Look at him. This message must remain unmuddied. And that message is, it's good. Obviously. Incredible. You could make it an axolotl. Sir Axolot. Oh, that'd be cute. That would be a pretty cool model variant, but that would be a full-on model variant to do just an axolotl with axes. Alright, our feet are so busted at this point. They're beyond help. We have to sculpt them again. That's okay, because I can do that. I do the sculpting. All right, how many thingies do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mia counts to 4, at least. There we go. Just it can be screwed up still, but it just needed to be better than what it was. There. Mia could only count to 4. Isn't it 5? Or is it 4? Is it I can only count to 4. This is a song. So let's just specify that. By Psycho Stick or System of a Down? I can't remember. Psycho Stick is also very, very funny though. I have to investigate this now. I can only count to 4. It is 4. It is Psycho Stick. Here. Oh, it's very Muppety. I have not seen the video for this. Anyway, if you want a little treat, this is what's going on. That's what's going on in my head. Yeah, it's a parody of Bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor, but instead I can only count to 4. It's very worth it, I promise. That's why streams are no longer than 4 hours. No. So glad I can post links in the chat for everybody to enjoy. I feel like that's a common song, and I feel like that's not news to all of you. But if it's news to any of you, you're welcome. Your day's a little better. Alice said, I think I mentioned playing Axolotl in D&D. Oh yeah, her name was Anna Kictus. And her main weapon was a Molotov cocktails. Oh, that's awesome. Anarchistic. Like anarchistic? That's beautiful. Anarchistic. That's beautiful. I feel like you would be a fun person to play D&D with, Alice. Funny little nubby fingers. Those didn't come out as good as I was hoping. We will just do them again. Okay, why do these look so horrifying? See, I knew I'd get hung up on the weird little thingies. It's because they're really big, too. That's not helping. Come here. Nipple hands. The little tiny hands. There we go. That's helping. Now it's just funny again. Alright, I need to move that over. This model has to like connect together and stuff. Ah, it's so high maintenance. Just stop looking broken. Or just look broken in the way that I want you to, and exclusively nothing else. There we go. Ah, that's nice. I have to go around with dice and a mini on me at all times in case of a surprise D&D game. This is the cross you bear. Beautiful. Or else you have to DM. Is that your consequence if you don't, if you're not prepared to be a player at all times? That would be kind of a funny spin on that. Behave. So stupid. Make it like Pokemon battles. If she meets someone's eyes, you have to do 1v1 arena style D&D duel. How can I make this look like it's broken? There. Alright, it's beautiful. And we have 2. Don't need this floating head anymore. Huzzah. Duplicate. Merge. Be visible again. There we go. We'll lower that touch. And this is mostly done. Needs a little bit of shaping still. But mostly done. Now let's do a cute splash. This one's meant to be stupid, so it's gonna get a minimal cleanup. Alright, alright. That's good there. And this one is the real model. And that's definitely how I intended for it to be. Alright. Successful stream. I like it from top down. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a fun little spread. Incredible. So stupid. See if I can get that nice angle from top. Oh yes. It's pretty busted. God. Good, I'm glad we did that. Traveler says, you know, an Eldritch horror version should involve a lot of body horror. Human skulls for eyes, a tail that looks like it's made from human hands maybe. Really gnarly stuff. As a thought occurs, would make a great familiar mini. That would be a pretty epic model variant. Would not be a casual adjustment, but Leaf Hat was fabulous. Succession stream. All right, we are 10 minutes from 3. We have wound down this time. This was super fun. The main one we made was very successful. That's how I wanted it to turn out. So thank you guys for hanging out with me and building this goofy little guy. What a good time. My hair is mostly dry now, so I can squeeze out my gel cast. There we go. Alright, I'm going to take a picture. Ready for a screenshot, smile. Awesome. Salamander. Great stream though. That was good. That was good. Game stream. No. After this, I'm going to continue sculpting. Well, I'm going to get a snack, and then I'm going to continue sculpting, but not on stream. Food. It is food time. Oh, this is a good time. This is fun. Lizard. These are the models I have planned. So I have our cute one, I have our silly meme one, And then I am open to doing an Eldritch Horror one. That would be for a different stream, maybe tomorrow. And that would need to be paid for, which can be done through Ko-Fi. You don't have to pay for it all yourself. You can always negotiate with other peasants. But that would be a model that I think I would probably do now. I would do enough to make it its own full-blown thing. Kind of like what this guy turned into. Can we just take a moment to mention how cool that ended up being? We somehow went from like, oh yeah, we have a deer, which technically wasn't even the first one I had planned. I was just doing this one. Remember? That was on stream, that was super fun. And then from this, we wanted to push it even farther. And because we pushed it farther, that's why there's now 3 of these. Seeing these side by side, oh, they're so freaking cool. Huge, huge fan. And then of course, because I did that, you guys technically got 2 models out of that variant one because I went ahead and made it a normal one as well. I gotta complete the series, you know what I mean? So that was super worth it and really fun. Thank you guys. Boop. And then thank you, Traveler, for being like, you should charge more than $5 for that. That's what I just did, a donation. I would do a variant. You were right, and I ended up doing 2 models, so good call. Good call. Good stuff. Yeah. Empress says, I love when Mia just abandons us back to reality. Well, what were you doing before my stream? Go do that. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Look, it's me after work and becoming a horror. Me waiting for you to stream. Oh my goodness. And it was a bonus stream. It was a Monday stream. It wasn't even planned for. It was a good time. Yeah, the print did turn out fantastic. I'm thrilled with it. And that doesn't have any primer on it yet. Like, just a little bit of zenithal highlighting and it's gonna be so good. So, so, so good. Hello, Shans. The stream is over. I am so sorry. I'm streaming from 1 to 3 today. Yeah. I'm sorry. But I plan to do more streams like this. So my plan is I'm gonna stream 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. most days. And then if the stream goes longer, it will cost money. I have like a donation menu thing open for that. But by keeping it at 2 hours is the baseline, that feels really comfortable and easy for me. And then, because I can go for another hour right now, but it's good to stop a little early instead of maxing out every day. Crazy concept. It's new for me, but I'm doing a good job. Yeah. Oh, it is not 50 cents for an hour. It is $15, Ricky. Who's binned? Show the sculpt. Oh, yes, yes, yes. You don't want to just see my big face? Here we go. You were not ready for that. Whatever you were ready for, it was not this. So yeah, for Hag's Quarrel, we're doing an expansion, and most of the ideas that people gave had to do with like familiars and critters vibe. So I'm gonna do a bog critter expansion. We're gonna do 2 salamanders. I had to do the silly one from Hoppers. I thought it was funny. Or inspired by a frog, a snapping turtle, and a platypus. Yeah. Silly salamander. Silly mander. Yeah. Oh, I should call it a silly mander. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Exactly. Exactly, Traveler. If you want more, it's gonna cost coffee. I mean, Ko-Fi. No, but seriously, I love doing this. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on stream. It's just such a fun time. I think that's everything. Probably see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. I had stream muted until I read game stream. Any context to that? No, that's just people talking about game stream. I have not promised any game stream. That's just peasants talking. Aw, I know. Game stream. Stop. No bird in the familiar variants? No. No. I have... For bog birds, I was looking at like heron, ibis kind of birds, and I didn't think they fit the vibe of the Hag's Quarrel as much as like a salamander, frog, turtle, and then I've never seen a platypus modeled. So I was like, I should do that. Yeah. I just got back and heard game stream. Oh my god. Encore. No. We do have 5 final minutes here. Do you guys have any questions? I'm not open for, what is it? Comments, complaints, compliments? Yeah, I don't want any of those. You can ask a question. What game are you streaming? I completely opened myself up to that. Perry the Platypus. I love Phineas and Ferb. I enjoy that cartoon immensely. I didn't plan to give him a little hat, but I might. I might. No questions here. Very good. I'm working, so I cannot game stream today. That's fair. Are you working like your big kid job post school? The one that you had, but maybe now is more job because you are done with school? Elden Ring win. Traveler says, so if you get to $50, you get to a Friday stream. Yeah. Now if that's its own thing, or the Ko-Fi tips reach 50 in total. Oh, it's a bucket. No one has to pay $50 outright. It's just any time that there are donations on Ko-Fi, I just throw them towards that big goal as well. So that's why it's 5 out of 50, because just Lingual bought a Chaos Wheel stream. So it all just collaborates. I mean, I guess you could buy it out, but I figured it'd be nice if you're technically buying 2 things every time you donate. There you go. Yeah. Kai says, yeah, but they aren't paying my big kid salary yet. I need to get after them. You do. Get after them. Tell them that M3DM is filing a formal corporate complaint. And that's a big company. Definitely not 2 people. Definitely has sway in engineering. Oh, man. Traveler says, well then. But yeah, no pressure. I'm still planning to stream a lot this week and stuff. Yeah. It's just a fun thing that's on the side. Paint. I need to get a raise. Don't we all? Alright. This is a good stream. I appreciate you guys. You are indeed on par with the billionaire companies here. I am. I absolutely am. Except I would just buy a bunch of land so no one could build data centers on them. God, it's such a pet peeve of mine right now. Speaking of, if you have free time, there is a petition that's doing anything. They're trying to build a big data center next to the Nashville Zoo, and you really can't build these things next to a bunch of exotic animals. So if you could sign that petition, that'd be great. I signed it. It's a small thing, but at least they have to look at it then. I don't know. I do what I can. Yeah. I appreciate y'all. Next to a zoo is kind of crazy. I agree. So yes. Sounds good. But yeah, that's the end of stream. We are 3 minutes from 3. And I'm gonna say it's fine because I started early. So y'all take care, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. And we'll sculpt more bog critters. If you have a strong preference, whether we do the frog, a snapping turtle, or platypus next, think about it. And I'll ask you guys tomorrow, and we'll start with that. Sound good? No paint, that's a crime. Okay. That's a good note to end it on. No paint, that's a crime. Okay. Bye. Oh my gosh, it's not ending. Why isn't my button working? 1 second, my stream deck isn't working. Stream is ending. Here we go. Aha.